The IFBB is again making a mistake. And what is the mistake? Well, they never listened to Greg. And I hate to say I told you so, but I told you so.
We want to make sure that our men's physique athletes are not getting too big.
They see problems and jump to quick solutions that aren't actually going to work and actually are going to backfire. And so what is the latest moronic decision of the IFBB? Oh, well, we're now implementing height and weight categories in men's physique, the board shorts. And so starting after the Olympia, the guys are going to have to height in and they're going to have to make a certain weight class. And if they don't, well, you can't compete in men's physique.
This is a video about the men's physique division, specifically for the pro men's physique athletes and competitors. We've been taking the men's physique pros' heights and weights down at the last couple of shows. After the Olympia this year, we will be instituting heights and weight limits for our men's physique pros.
And so why do you think that is? That you can only weigh a certain amount at any given height? Because the athletes are getting too big.
For a lot of people online that just see the pictures of the shows, really not seeing them in person, but seeing the pictures of the shows and saying a lot of the men's physique athletes are getting too big.
How many years have I been saying this? The guys are getting too big.
I don't think that's the case. I think a lot of guys that have been doing well recently are not getting too big.
And I stated, a guy like Jeff Seed, guy with that kind of physique, that should be the cream of the crop at the Olympia stage. But in today's day and age, you're not big enough. And so you get guys like Anthony Mantello who have amazing physiques. And what happens when they compete at the national level? You're too small. You need to get bigger. And so what happens? Well, they go on a bulk. And they're not just bulking up on food, they're bulking up on performance enhancing. And so what was my solution? Well, I stated, why don't we have like a muscle model competition, a beach model? Perhaps 50% of the judging be based on who's freaking hot. And with a variety of judges, some are going to like one physique more than another. One judge might place you first, another fifth, another third, fourth, second, and so on. But overall, well, you got third. And does that not make more sense than the scorecards of today? Oh, you got a perfect score. Really? Every single judge felt that your physique was superior to the second best physique. When we're judging apples and oranges, how is it possible that every single judge got the exact same opinion on who had the best physique on that given stage? They are so close. On any given day, one athlete could beat another. But you really think that every single judge saw it as a perfect victory? A perfect score? And so the problem is the judges are being biased by the head judge. The head judge places the competitors on a lineup, and the best athletes are in the middle. If you have 5 guys, the head judge puts one in the middle and says, that's the winner. You're second or third, and you're fourth or fifth. And so judge accordingly. And so is it really shocking to see that all the judges see it the same way? Yeah, there's 5 competitors. Whoever's in the middle has got first place. I could judge a bodybuilding show with my eyes closed. Literally blind, and I could get the same scores as the judges. Why? Because they judge according to the positions they've been placed on stage. Did you know that? Or did you think it was completely impartial? All the judges separated by cubicles. They don't talk to one another. They don't glance on either sheet. They don't see, oh, who did you put in first? I'm not sure. Oh, you got that person? Oh, I'm going to copy your score. You don't think people do that? I'm a judge. I know what they do. But what they could have done is said, hey, Coach Greg, what do you think we should do about this problem in men's physique? The bodies are getting way too big. And so if they really wanted to fix the problem, hey, Coach Greg, you're the head judge. That would be a solution, but guess what? I can't travel the world head judging all the shows. But what they could have done is said, hey, Coach Greg, what do you think we should do about this problem in men's physique? The bodies are getting way too big. Hello? Tell the judges to score the person that they actually think is the best. Not the person that's the biggest and most shredded, the one that they like the most, the one that they think should be on the cover of a magazine. If every judge was allowed to put down the physique that they actually thought looked the best, it wouldn't be the same straight first place votes that we often see today. And what happens? Well, every year it's deemed bigger and leaner is better. And so, for example, Julian Colley won the Toronto Pro 2019, was deemed the best, comes in 8 pounds bigger and leaner than his all-time best. 8 pounds of muscle more and leaner. And what place does he get? 4th. And how could he improve? Well, he could get bigger and leaner. Really? And so if something doesn't stop, we'd see guys like Chris Bumstead putting on board shorts and winning the men's physique Mr. Olympia.
The weight limits for your height will be under, obviously, the classic physique weight limits.
And so wouldn't that solve the problem, Coach Greg? Height and weight limits. It worked in classic physique, right? Wrong! And so you know what happens to all the biggest guys who are competing at the Mr. Olympia who want a place at the top? They stop training legs. The judges are still going to be looking for the same exact criteria. We want wide shoulders, small waist, tons of muscle, shredded. And they look at all the bodies. Oh, that one stands out. Look at that upper body compared to that one. Yeah, because that one's smaller because they have muscles in their quads. That guy, he skipped leg day for the last 10 years, and so he has a huge advantage. And so what we're doing is rewarding imbalanced physiques. Fitness, bikini, wellness, women's classic physique bodybuilding, no height and weight restrictions whatsoever. And so how is it fair that the men have height and weight limits and the women don't? And so why is it that the men like Chris Bumstead have to have a height and weight cap? And in the future, the men's physique class also going to have height and weight limits. When women's bikini, wellness, women's physique, they have no limits whatsoever. And you know how simple the solution is? You just judge correctly. See that guy that looks twice the size of Coach Greg? He'll get in last place because you're too big. Does that seem complicated to you? Oh, wow, you're 6'3" and 255 pounds on stage. Wow, yeah, that's great. You have a small waist, wide shoulders. That's amazing. Enter bodybuilding. And so the majority of the comments are in favor of this. Well, it's about time. Very exciting. People, they are happy about this because people are getting way too big. It was getting ridiculous. But to me, that's the fault of the head judge. You put that biggest, leanest person in the middle. You biased all the other judges to say that's the winner. And what do you think's going to happen? When what should be happening is you just put the athletes on stage, mix them up wherever they may be, and let the judges do the judging. I want you to judge this based on your own standards and put whoever you think is the best in first place and whoever think is worse in last place. However that may be, we don't all need to agree. In fact, it's great that we sometimes disagree. Perhaps you like that type of physique and I like this type of physique. That's fine. The highs and the lows get disregarded, and the overall average, the collective opinion of the judges, that is who's going to win. And so all the judging is going to be the same. It's not going to make a difference. The athletes are just going to stop training legs, downsize as much as possible, all to make the weight class through massive and severe dehydration. Let's abuse even more diuretics in order to make the weight. Think of it. If you can only weigh, say, 190 and you're 205 pounds the day before the Olympia, what do you think you're going to do? You're going to put on a sweatsuit, sweat out as much as you can, drink no water, and abuse diuretics to make it down to that weight class. And so perhaps if we're lucky, we won't see anyone die from trying to make these ridiculous weight classes imposed by the IFBB. Or they could just listen to Coach Greg. But why would they? I'm a manlet, a hobbit at best. And so why would they listen to me? And so let's just arbitrarily write heights and weights so that we can downsize the athletes. Really? And so let me know in the comments section, what do you think of all this nonsense? Do you think they'll ever just listen to Coach Greg? Do you think they could benefit from perhaps a 15-minute phone call where I can tell them exactly what to do? I can't wait to find out your opinions. And before I go, I need to plug my #1 selling supplement, GO2 Max, the main ingredient NMN shown in double-blind, placebo-controlled human studies to have a dramatic improvement in cardio. You have more energy, better recovery between sets. This, the best supplement you can get, and it's not just for couch potatoes, for elite athletes, whether you're in the MMA, boxing, triathlons, anything. You want to go faster than last time, burn off more calories, make it easier to lose weight. This is the #1 supplement I recommend for you. Remember, code Greg, 10% off. Subscribe, click the bell button, comment to boost the algorithm, and of course, my brand new cookbook 3.0, it's available. Please click the link in the description, code Greg. You're going to get a 35% off discount on all the supplements you put in your cart. And if you bought any of my books in the past, you're going to be given a half-price discount code as a special thank you. Look for your emails, have close to 300,000